When you can get the advantage of something, never misuse the chance of that thing, or you will get nothing. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. To the honorable judges, the timekeeper, my fellow friends, ladies and gentlemen, a warm greeting for all of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let us say our praise and gratitude to the presence of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, who has bestowed His favor on us all. Secondly, blessings and salutations to our Majesty, the noble messenger, our beloved Prophet Muhammad, who has brought us from the age filled with the ignorance to the age filled with the knowledge. I am Dita Nurhasanah, as a participant from State Polytechnic of Sriwijaya, taking this opportunity to deliver my speech on the topic, the impacts of the online learning. Talking about online learning, as we know that we have done the online learning from the pandemic of COVID-19 comes. Not only in our beloved country Indonesia, but also in every country around the world do the online learning even until now. And from the online learning that we have done, we know that there are some impacts of the online learning. Of course, the impacts, they are not only the positive ones, but also the negative ones. And also the impacts is not for the students, but also for the teachers. Now I would like to give the example of the positive impacts of online learning. The first one is we don't need to go to anywhere, just sit down in front of our screen and we prepare for all of the things that we need in online meeting or online learning process. So it's efficient for everybody. Even sometimes some students or some teachers didn't take a bath before they join the online meeting like Zoom or Google Meet. So we can take the advantage of it and we can live our life much easier. But even in these good impacts, in these positive impacts, we also have the negative ones. And what is that? It is when the students didn't do this good impacts well. Like what? Like they do not prepare the stuff they need in online process well. They do not open their camera so their teacher cannot see what they are doing at the time, and the teacher do not know what whether the student listening to their teacher or not. So the student didn't join the online learning maximally. Of course, it becomes the bad and the negative impacts of online learning, not only for the students but also for the teachers. And second, the second example of the online learning is the positive example of online learning is, as we know that before online meeting like Zoom or Google Meet starts, the teacher send the material to the student first to be read by them. And sometimes the teacher also gives some time to the student to read it. Of course, it is become the good and the positive impacts for the teachers and also for the students. Why? Because the students can read the material first and they know little bit about the material that they will discuss in online class. And the students also can, if they don't know about the thing and they don't understand about the material, they can ask. So there will be the feedback, there will be the two-way communication between the teacher and also the student. and this online learning can work well. But again, in these positive impacts, there are also the negative impacts in this side. Like when the student, most of students didn't read the material that given by the teacher before, and the time that given by the teacher that used to read the material, they used it to open the other thing like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and etc. So they misuse the chance of these good impacts of online learning. So what I'm going to say here is actually the student can choose whether this online learning can give the good and the positive impacts to them, or they choose this online learning to give them the bad and the negative impacts for themselves. So the student can choose it for themselves. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you can take the advantage of something, never misuse the chance of that thing, or you will get nothing. I think that's all from me. I am Dita Nurhasanah. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.